Happy Monday. I feel like I haven't been on a Monday in a minute. Like, I don't know what's going on with my life. Y'all, I have a not that today's drop is any less, but next week I went out today, and y'all know I've been doing my workouts and stuff, and today was a struggle. So I'm actually writing a blog post about it, and I'm you know, talking about the correlation to business. And so whoo, girl, sheesh, Monday was a struggle today. I said, I don't know if I'm making a phone here. How was y'all weekends? Did y'all have good weekends? I know Shondell got her store launched. I know Juliette over there doing work. Hey, Rob. Hey. So, it's going to be brief today. I do want to give you guys a couple of upcoming things that's going down. I feel like I've said this before, but it didn't happen as fast as I would have liked it to. But we do have a lot of trainings coming up. Some of them will be exclusive to Brown Girls, and then others will be exclusive, or, you know, specifically for Traphouse. But I finally got a hold of the woman with the merchant processing company, because she actually, it was really me. We were playing phone tag a lot. So I know that we had this whole talk about PayPal and how it's been acting an ass and stuff. So I finally got her. We will get to have her in a few days to talk about her payment processing system and how much cheaper it is than PayPal, and it's actually not very expensive at all. So we'll definitely get to talk to her. I got some finance stuff coming, some legal stuff coming, and just really trying to give you guys a lot of perspective from different areas of the business that's not necessarily my lane, okay? So all that stuff is coming up. And then, of course, I'll be doing my own personal trainings as well. As a matter of fact, I didn't announce it, but on Thursday, I will be doing Facebook strategies for the ballers on a budget and the engagement deprived, right? So I'm going to teach you guys how I made my first $5,000 using Facebook without using Facebook ads or paid advertising and stuff like that. So that is what that training is going to be. That is on Thursday. You do need to be on my email list for that. Don't worry, you'll get the link to sign up for the new email list tomorrow. So if you're worried about that. Now, let me get on into it. Y'all say y'all had some crazy weekends. I had the best weekend, you guys. My nephew went back to Colorado. He's in the Army. He's stationed out there, and he was here. So we had a going away cookout for him on Saturday. That's why y'all definitely didn't hear from me Saturday. And then yesterday I hung out with my sister, so it was pretty dope. Hey, Tyrion. Girl, I feel like I ain't seen you in a while. So last week I took a mental break. Like I think I went live like one time last week, but I needed a mental break. And now I've got all this goodness to share with you guys and all kinds of stuff lined up to really make this group, you know, really get some good support and engagement and push you guys and help you guys with whatever problems and stuff you need. And as well as, too, because, you know, I really enjoy coming in here and talking with y'all and engaging and doing all kinds of shit. So, like I said, I just need a little bit of a mental break. I'm back now. I feel like it's been so long, though. Oh, my gosh. Oh, it's amazing what 1 week will do, right? It's like how we're doing a hiatus. Oh, yeah, you got a new roommate. I forgot. Yeah, you said your roommate keeping you out in them streets. All right, so let me go ahead and get to it. This post, I've seen a couple of things going on in other Facebook groups. In my Facebook group, a few things I've had to deal with myself, and I just wanted to talk about this because I feel like just because a person, I feel like a lot of people don't understand what leadership actually means. And if you're running a business, a company, a Facebook group, if you are a person of influence that people are looking to for help and support and encouragement, advice, any of that stuff, that places you as a leader. But the thing about it is, just because you get the position of leader doesn't mean you qualify to be a leader, okay? And working in corporate, you know, as long as I did with my little militant, I had a little Napoleon as a boss for several years, and even before that, and I worked with a great deal of old ass white men, and it was the good old boys club, you know, and I worked in a predominantly male industries because I was in engineering, and also in shift work, right? So I dealt with a lot of favoritism and a lot of just ass backwards leadership. And it was almost like they would do whatever they could to to make it worse, you know, to make the leadership style worse. And so it seems and it appears that just because you think you have a strong personality and you talk loud, you're cut out to be a leader, and that's not the case. So what I wanted to talk about today is, you know, I do talk loud. I do. I do talk loud. I do have a strong personality. I'm actually very opinionated, which y'all already know that. But funny enough, y'all don't hear a lot of things that I'm opinionated about because I don't care to share. A lot of times, I have an opinion about everything. It doesn't mean that I need to say what I'm thinking, right? You don't always have to say everything you're thinking, right? So the thing is, what I've been finding out, or what I've been seeing, is these strong personalities, okay? These strong personalities are sometimes confused and misconstrued as an alpha or as a person of leadership, right? And when we think about alpha, you know, we think about the person who's running shit and all of this good stuff. But sometimes alphas are disguised as people who have low self-confidence, and they are boastful and braggy in order to appear like they are leaders and they should be put in a place of influence and power, okay? And you can fake it for a long time if you find weak enough individuals to prey on. Hey, Jessica, how you doing, boo? So, have you guys ever encountered a person who they're just loud, they know everything, and they just all over the place? And you, as a person looking from, you know, from the outside in, can tell that they're really just where they are because they got a bunch of lackeys, right? They got a group of people who don't really think for themselves, don't necessarily have an opinion, and they're looking to that one person to kind of speak for them, right? So when you think about that, that's not a leadership situation. That's somebody who's intimidated the weaker. They've preyed on the weaker, and they have built up force and strength in a lot of numbers of weaker individuals, okay? That's a different scenario, okay? Now, what I strive to do personally, and what any good leader or person who is in a leadership position or role, if they are adamant about being good at the position that they're in, whether they were placed in there voluntarily or involuntarily, their goal is to develop, nurture, encourage, support, and uplift, right? Because you want to develop more leaders. Now, the truth is that everybody is not cut out to be that way, right? Everybody is not, girl, yes, I know, I've experienced so much of it. The truth is that everybody is not going to be a leader. And I'm talking about in the traditional sense, everybody leads something somewhere somehow, right? But I'm talking about in the traditional sense. But as long as you have groomed that person to make decisions on their own, educated decisions on their own, to be able to solve problems and things like that, then you are doing exactly what you should, right? So I want to talk about these different things. So one of the things I've been noticing is people letting people run people out of groups. That is beyond me, okay? Because, again, I draw a lot of strong personalities to me, but I don't get to filter every person that I draw to me. So sometimes I got the alpha, sometimes I have the insecure loudmouth who is disguised in alpha clothing, okay? Sometimes I have the I want to see what you're doing so I can go and copy it disguised in I really like you, let's be friends clothing, right? And then sometimes I have the ones who, they're know-it-alls, right? They're the know-it-alls. And then you got the ones who real loud and tell somebody, meet them toe-to-toe. Then they go running, okay? So specifically right this second, I'm talking about the people who kind of come in, they're boisterous, they're loud, they're extra, and until somebody actually, you know, realizes that they're not intimidated by them, then they go running. Well, I don't fit well with that person, or I don't like the way that person talked to me, or I'm not going to put up with this, and blah, blah, blah. And those kind of people tend to be combative. One of the things about it is, like, again, I'm probably say this a few more times, I am loud. Yes, this is my natural voice. I am overly animated. I'm a strong-willed person. I have a strong personality. However, I'm not combative, right? So being combative is that tipping point. And when you can't talk to somebody and have a conversation where you can put it like everybody's the boss until it comes to conflict resolution. I think that's the easiest way for me to say that. Everybody is a boss until it's time to have conflict resolution, okay? And until you can handle conflict resolution, you're just not going to get really far. Either that or you're going to end up with a lot of people who are yes men, and everybody knows that you don't grow with yes men, right? You need people who have their own brains, their own minds, their own opinion, right? So these are the kind of people that you on this live stream and in this group who are running your own companies and starting your own tribes and your own business. You are going to run into these people in these Facebook groups, in these internet spaces. They're going to come in like a know-it-all, right? Well, I've been doing this for 10 years and blah, blah, blah. Well, let me tell you, the dumbest leader I've ever met is the person who isn't smart enough to listen to the people, all right, who are not smart enough to listen to the people who they are surrounded by. Just because you think a person's been doing something less than you or they're less experienced than you and whatever the thing is, doesn't mean you can't learn from them, okay? But with the way that our experiences and perspectives are, no matter if their curriculum was different when they came through, I'm speaking from like a structured education situation, whatever the case may be, maybe they learned a hack that they discovered that you didn't. The point is, the stupidest person on earth is the person who cannot listen and consider someone else's opinion. All right? And then you have the people and we kind of talked about them in the beginning, the ones who, they're not actually a strong and confident person. They're just used to picking on people that are weaker than them. All right? And the minute that they get around other people who are equally strong, then it's like, oh, shit, now they go run. Right? So, and it's like, they don't play well with others. And we have a lot of those people, and I'm noticing that in this community, in this online space, and they're saying, you know, a lot of the reasons that the women's empowerment group started and stuff like that was because they were saying, like, you know, we're going to prove that women can play together, you know. And I kind of bought into that too, because honestly, Brown Girls in Business kind of started from, one, I wanted to help, you know, brown girls, women of color, to build their businesses and do it without, you know, selling their firstborn and losing a leg to make it happen, but also to show that we can help and support each other, encourage each other, and work together as black women, as women of color, as people who have strong personalities. Because again, whoever I draw to me is going to be a person who has an opinion. Rather y'all say it out loud or not, y'all have opinions. Because otherwise you probably wouldn't put up with me for too long, right? Because I'd be too loud and too extra, right? So I guess I'm talking about this because I want to first say, don't let anybody run you out of nowhere that you want to be, okay? If somebody is loud or too much or always, you know, impressing their opinion upon you, speak up for yourself. Take time to say, wow, you know, your opinion is your opinion. I'm not going to allow you to impede on my experience in this community, okay? I've seen it happen once or twice here, and I've been the I guess the conflict resolution department for that, right? Because that's my job. But I've seen it in other groups too, and they're like, well, I just left because this one person. Don't let one person run you away from the resources and the experience that you came looking for, okay? Just ignore that person. I know that one of the qualities of being a person of influence in a position of leadership, where people are depending on you and watching you and you're a role model and example to other people, is that you are going to have to deal with personalities that don't exactly mesh with yours. Do you have to love them? No, you don't. But you need to learn to coexist. And as much as I would like to say, yeah, we do build businesses the way we want them, and we do attract the kind of clients that we want to work with, you don't live in a bubble. You know, we're not walking around with a clear glass of armor to protect us from people who don't think, act, walk, and look like us, right? So speak up for yourself, right? Speak up for yourself. Hey, what's going on? Speak up for yourself, and don't let anybody run you away from what you're trying to get. I've seen it happen so much. The other thing is, if you are the person who comes in as a know-it-all, the fastest way for you to fail, the fastest way for you to get all tripped up, fucked up, and be done, it's going to cause you to fold, is because you do think you know everything. I really The Be Humble song, I had mixed feelings about, right? Y'all know the Kendrick Lamar Be Humble, right? And I had mixed feelings about it, so I'm like, nah, I ain't being humble. I ain't being humble. Fuck that, because I work hard as fuck for where I'm at, and I'm not going to dim my light to make somebody feel comfortable, right? But the flip side of that is, have humility to know that you don't know every fucking thing. You know? Have humility to know that you're going to need some advice, some encouragement, some support along the way. I tell you what, ever since I started getting back to exercise, I've never been this weight in my life, right? This is the heaviest weight I've ever been. And I had to humble that shit, okay? And be like, look, these are the things that I'm dealing with. I need some help. And I reached out to a friend that I know that's already been through it. You know, and that, for me, that was embarrassing because I always got my shit in check. I always got my shit under control. But see, that's that ego popping out, right? Because we don't never have our shit in check. We don't never have our shit all the way under control. We're never Gucci. We're never 100% Gucci, right? Hey, Lanita. Hey, Angel. So, to grow and to be a better person, it's going to take for you to go ahead and swallow that pride, put that ego in your purse, right? And reach out and ask for what you want. And then if after you ask for the information that you're looking for, be open to actually receiving it. Because a lot of times we ask for something and we've already made up our minds about the answer that we want to have. So we're really just expecting you to validate the decision that we have already made. Not really truly looking for constructive criticism and feedback on the problem or the situation that we're going through. So that's that self-awareness, right? That's that self-check. That's that self-check. And I want you guys to know that I have to do that all the time. I have to do that all the time. It ain't just you. You know, I'm not picking on anybody. It's not anybody in particular. It's just something that we have to do throughout life, throughout our journey of getting better, to be better people, to have, you know, to build character, right? So if you find that when someone reaches out to help you, and I know a lot of people don't like unsolicited advice. This is something I noticed back when I was bodybuilding. I would see women in the gym doing exercise so fucked up, and that was literally going to cause injury. All right, and so I used to. At first, my first instinct was I want to go help. I was hey, look, we gotta fix this, right? Now, funny enough, the way I'm telling you this right now is how I probably approach them now. But when I first started out, I thought I was being helpful. I said, hey, I wanted to show you how to do this, so let me show you how to do this thing or fix it, right? Now, it already came off like you're doing it wrong, and I know better than you, so let me show you how to do it. And even though that's not what I meant, that's the way that person perceived it, right? Because they don't know me from no fucking where. So even as the person who's giving advice, even as the person who's reaching out to help, realize that if the shoe was on the other foot, how would you have taken that from that person, right? Realize that they don't know you from nowhere, and even though you are just trying to help, we are living in a society where everybody is walking around with the defense up. Now, you could say, well, everybody's walking around with their defense up, so fuck it, I'm not going to get involved. You could do that. You could do that. But I know that y'all are not the type of people that do that. Because you can't be in the business that you're in of helping people if that's the kind of attitude that you have. And the ones who do have that kind of attitude, I'm sorry you have that attitude. You're going to miss a lot having that attitude. You're going to miss a lot. Not just money, but experience and a chance to be somebody's hero. Right? Because nothing is better than when you have helped somebody else's light bulb come on. It's great to see your own light bulb come on and see yourself grow. But it's really dope to have a hand in somebody else's growth. That is awesome, right? That's paying it forward. That's doing what your mentors did for you. That's doing what your mama did for you, right? So now if I was to see that, you know, the way I'm going to approach them is going to be totally different. It's going to be like, hey, listen, I'm going to go ahead and disarm them all the way. Hey, listen, I know you don't know me from no damn well. You ain't got to listen to this shit at all, but can I get like 1 minute? I just want to show you this real quick because I don't want you walking around here with the fucked up back, right? I had the fucked up back. You don't want the fucked up back, right? So I've kind of dispelled them a little bit and took them off guard. So when you are, they're going to be more responsive to that. They're like, oh, you know what? All right, cool. Yeah, most times I get a positive response when I approach somebody in that manner. Like, hey, I know you don't know me and you ain't got to listen to shit I say, right? So it's a two-way street because a lot of I've seen too where, you know, the person goes to give the advice and they don't they don't even take in consideration of how they're coming off approaching the person, and then they get mad at the person for being defensive, right? So here's the thing, and this is what we all know. We are not responsible for anybody else's reactions to what we do, right? We cannot be responsible for their responses and their feelings and all that shit, but we are for ours. So why not try to make the situation as least volatile as possible? That's not being a punk. That's not letting people take advantage of you. That's not being soft. That is creating a situation that's mutually beneficial for both of you. You get to help somebody be better, and they get to receive it without feeling like less of a person, without feeling like they did something wrong. Now, I know y'all hear me ranting and raving all the time in the group because I'm a passionate person. I do rant, but it's like, because I want y'all to be awesome, right? But honestly, I don't generally come off so lovable to people who never met me before. The first thing they do is side at me. A lot of y'all in here probably side at me the first time you seen me, before listening to me for a minute or 2 or 3 minutes before you decide, oh, okay, all right, she cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's a two-way street, and I realize that about myself. That is exactly why when I even reach out to somebody on the side as a sidebar, or I try to, you know what I'm saying, give them some advice in a public setting, that I come real low-key, like real, hey, this is what it is. So, honestly, I don't even know, ain't even no call to action for this drop today. I just wanted to bring that stuff to the attention of people, because I feel like a lot of people use their strong personality as a way, as an excuse to disregard everybody else, right? To disregard constructive criticism, so that when you need help, it doesn't make you less of a person. When you don't know something, it doesn't make you less of a person. You know what I'm saying? See, exactly. Boom. Jessica Calvin and Jessica Rowe, all y'all asses side at me when y'all first met me, right? And I know that, and I'm used to that. And because of that, I would have never approached either one of y'all like, yo, this, because you don't know me yet. I'm the kind of person that you have to get a little taste of before we go for real vibe. And some people love me automatically, but that's not often. Usually people need a minute or two. They got to adjust. Right? So, see, after a few minutes, right? It takes a few minutes. But like I said, I'm only bringing this up because it's not just, sometimes we're doing shit that we're not even aware of. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to check myself a lot. Because I know how my personality is. I know how I come off. I know that people are like, fuck that, right? I realize this. And because of that, see, what they say, I was watching the Netflix joint from the Def Comedy Jam, and it was like, look, you can say whatever you want as long as you're willing to take the backlash for it, right? You can say whatever you want as long as you're willing to deal with what comes after that, right? So with me, I do a lot of kissing babies, shaking hands and kissing babies. I do a lot of that. It balances out my bluntness, me being curt, you know, things like, it balances it out. And you have to know that about yourself. I mean, yeah, you could walk around like an asshole all the time, but, you know, it's a difficult life. It's a difficult road. And when you do need some support and you do need some help, if you in this group and you need some help, don't feel like you're less of any person because you don't know a thing or because you need some help. And if you know you can help a person, go ahead and reach out to them. But don't you let nobody run you up out of here because you felt a certain way. Or any group. Now, that's one thing if everybody just was an asshole and then you just was like, hey, I can't deal with this shit. Now, that's something different. But it's funny because, like I said, I see a lot of strong people be like, oh, you know, this is just how I am. This is strong personality, blah, 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 blah. And then you put them all in the room together and, you know, you can tell the ones, then you can tell the ones who truly who are truly an alpha, because the word, and I say this too, you know, alpha don't just mean like, I mean, I guess you could be an alpha of your group if you preying on the weak, but the true alpha, the true leader, the true person of influence is very good at conflict resolution. They're very good at making people feel comfortable and making people feel welcome. They're very good at encouraging other people, and they don't alienate you. That is not what they do. And if those are the characteristics and the qualities that you are giving off, you need to reevaluate some shit. Point blank, period. You probably go through friends fast. You probably don't keep people around you very long. You know, you always be wondering why you ain't never got no friends, and you swear to God it's all of them. It's all of them. They all fucked up, right? Shit like that. But anyway, that's all. That's it. Hey, tomorrow, I'm hoping to have that lady on here for the payment processes tomorrow. Thursday, I'm doing a training for Facebook strategies. And Wednesday, I can't remember what the fuck I'm talking about Wednesday. I got the whole week lined up for this week, though. But anyway, that's all I got. What y'all doing? What y'all got? What's up? What time? Oh, it's 8 o'clock. I'm supposed to go watch the game. Let me see what time it is. Alright, y'all ain't talking about that. I'm about to let y'all go. Alright, that's all I got. I see y'all tomorrow. Alright, bye.